Another day and another next gen Ranger video. This time it's a next gen Ranger Raptor. And you'll have to excuse me if I look a bit disheveled today because it is bulk summertime, 40 plus degrees here in my shed. And I can tell you, without any insulation on the roof, it is hot. Doing my best to get through it today. Fortunately, most of the work that's happening in this Ranger is going to be happening here in the back to install this Pro 4x4 Australia battery kit. This Pro 4x4 kit is made up of this box, which comes pre-put together. It includes a Redarc BCDC charger in the bottom. It has this Revolution Power Lithium deep cycle battery. And I forgot to intro it, but we are actually doing this Huracan Fabrication's storage box as well. Now for a lot of people, 100 amp hour battery is going to be plenty, especially in a lithium battery, to run something like a fridge overnight, run some lights, bits and pieces, especially if when you're camping with solar coming into it. This one here is going to have a solar charging point ready to use. So there's a few other things that are going to go into this car as well while we're at it. We've got a couple of lights that are going up there on the sports bar. I'm going to actually run the cable inside the bar and come out down the bottom here where this little cap is. You can see here's a bunch of fittings. All of those fittings are going to go into a panel that replaces that factory panel over there. Essentially, I needed to pull this apart before I got too committed to the job. I needed to know if it was actually going to fit up in the top here, because when it goes in, it sits flush up against that top edge there. Now the battery box uses a few factory mounts that you can see I've already taken off here. Look closely, this little mount for the roller cover, it's an aftermarket roller cover. There's one either side, but that one on the driver's side, I've actually slid back a couple of inches sort of towards the front of the car, just to see if it was actually going to fit into the space that's been provided. Little point of mention as well with taking these factory mounts out. They use this blue Loctite on these bolts, which is exceptionally difficult to undo. I was trying to be as careful as possible, and obviously the Loctite on the inside is actually a lot stronger than the steel that these are made out of. I undid these by hand with a ratchet and still managed to round one of them off. Even by hand. So I had to get a set of vice grips onto that one to undo it. I should have a bolt here that I can use in replacement of it. So I'm just going to go ahead now and start bolting that into the factory spot. I'm quite certain that we just need to make a hole through. That's going to have our feed wire from the alternator coming in, power out, that's going to go around to the other side. Without much further ado, let's get stuck into it. At the top, very hot day here in Canberra today. I've actually waited till the sun's gone down. A couple of bits of progress in the meantime. This little section's cut out now, but I realized when I went to test fit it that here, even though this matches the picture that I've been given, this section needs to be cut about halfway across. I can't do that now that it's nighttime, and obviously I don't want to be using the angle grinder, so I'm going to have to leave that till tomorrow. Same thing with the edge. I want to go around with the flap disc and just clean all of that up before I put any paint and sealant on this section. So the next thing that I'm working on is this cable run from the battery on that side across to the panel. And when you lay these cables out, it's important to try and think about what you need on both sides. I usually put the cables together in a bundle like that and then just put little loops of tape on them to hold the cable together. I'll take some convoluted split tube and I'll put the split tube all the way along the cable from one side to the other, and I won't have to worry about stones or sticks or things, road debris flying up and potentially just, you know, messing with what I've got here. So I was out here last night, finished a couple of things off. Got the lights mounted up the top there. They're sitting on some brackets. You can actually lift the bar up and drill a hole in the corner. And then once you drill your hole in the corner, you can drill a hole in the back of the bar as well, both sides, to run your cables through. We've got a dual switching set up for the light. So this one switches those lights on. There's also hooked up on the inside here, the auxiliary switching panel at the top there. So you can either switch it on for reversing by using that internal switch, or you can use the external switch on the back here to switch it on when you're loading up. In addition to that, we've got all of the wiring terminated for the side trim panel. So it's actually got 2 Anderson plugs and a red Anderson plug. So it's got 2 grey Anderson plugs and 1 red Anderson plug. The grey Anderson plugs are outlets, power outlets for fridges or other powered accessories, while the red is a solar input. On the other side, we've wired up the same thing. So onto our Redarc charger, we've got a solar input that's wired up. We've got a Victron low voltage cutoff, so that just saves the battery from getting too flat. And we've also got the supplied fuse block. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish joining off all of these cables. And then once I've done that, I can mount everything, put the battery back in. And last but not least, pretty much is just to put the fuse in the front end, so then we'll be ready to go. Finished cutting out the insides of this here and cleaned all the edges up and painted everything. Foolishly, I changed this torsion bar at the back because the new kit came with a thicker one. It works because now the tailgate doesn't really sit down. Yeah, I've got the new bars in here. I've got to get this tub into here, the new piece, and then I can start adjusting these up. I've just left them loose temporarily. They've got these nuts on the end so you can tighten them up and get the adjustment right, but they actually sit down. You can see they've been made to sit down inside the tub so that this box, when it sits in here, is a bit better. That torsion bar works well, very, very well. So I'm not sure if it's just me that this happens to, but it's happened at least once before. Go down the road to the hardware shop, pick up a tube of Sikaflex, being like, yep, Sikaflex 252, it's exactly what I'm looking for. Grab it in a hurry, head off back to the job. Then you get back to the job and you realize there's a little white stripe on that, because it's actually white when you kind of wanted black. At least in this case, we can see where it's been applied to on this. All done. Tell you what, it's a complex little bit of gear for, you know, a reasonably small sort of box, but the template that I was supplied, I don't think is quite correct, because I had to make a few adjustments and actually cut it a few extra times. And this one here has the spray-in factory bed liner, like your Raptor coat sort of stuff. And yeah, when that stuff burns, it's definitely toxic. So you got to kind of take your time with that. But anyway, glued in, riveted in. You got to sort of put this top together with the arms and the struts and all the rest of it, and the top. But yeah, that locks in pretty nicely. Powder coated finish. It's all a bit dusty, but anyway. The only thing I will say is with that stronger torsion bar in there, if you're trying to open this with one hand, you really got to kind of lean on it to stop it from closing the tailgate. So the tailgate just wants to shut all the time. Anyway, that's it for this one. If you found any value in the video here, especially Ford Rangers in the next gen version, we've done quite a few of them with different dual battery setups. This is the first time I've done this particular dual battery setup, so it's yeah, been a pretty good option, I reckon, for a lot of people. This customer actually went for this because with the roller shutter, he couldn't fit certain battery holders in. This one would have been the same, but fortunately this one here with the roller cover on it, aftermarket, one of the mounts we could actually shift down to make it work. So just something to be wary of. Otherwise, the custom lithium behind the seat's also a really good option with these. And if you haven't seen that video, you can check that out as well on our channel here. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching and take it easy.